Hey, Mike.
What's up with that pen?
And Mr. Bill.
We know what's up with Mr. Bill if you tuned in last night.
He had a rough weekend in the garage, didn't he?
He had a rough ride.
I tell you.
I mean, getting stuff slammed in your face. Oops.
That poor masking unit.
And then
Then
the Imperial Lanes rake.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Well,
happens.
he's resting and recovering and up here in Anna, Texas today. So what do you have for us today, Mike?
Well, we got a few different kinds of pens. We're going to be talking about the Green Bay pens, the Suamico Box Company. We got some pens from Japan. We've got some All-American pens. We've got a Maple Tough pen, also from Green Bay. So we're going to talk about those.
All right. Well, start us out with the Green Bay pen.
Okay. Well, the Green Bay pen was made by the. I gotta get the glasses on because I can't see anymore. Suamico Box Company.
Box company?
Yeah. It was funny enough. You have. These are the plastic coated versions. There is lacquer coated wood pens. You have those.
I do.
You have one of the label variations, very similar to this, with the red. Good Lord, silver, yellow, and green label.
And that's plastic coated.
This one's plastic coated. This is Permit 24. Ethalon plastic coated. Suamico Box Company, Suamico, Wisconsin. Excuse me, not Green Bay, but Suamico, Wisconsin. It says patent pending on here. Nylon reinforced sleeve. So it's got all that going on. This pen unfortunately has a split in the back, but it's got a black, the decal, black, dark blue, and red bird.
Like it needs a little magic eraser action on there, maybe.
Well, actually, I believe that's under the coating.
Oh, no.
Yeah,
Okay.
and actually, this pen, funny enough, was an eBay find, and it was in Texas.
Really?
So it was not. It did not come from Wisconsin. So
I wonder how it made its way down here.
Who knows? One will never know. But anyway, that's that version. The last version of that pen made was the red, just the all red label with a red bird on the back.
Same company.
Same company, same permit number. Basically the same label. It's just all red silkscreen label instead of the decal. That label's a decal.
Any idea when they made those?
They made them. They were around a long time. Somewhere I've also got pen advertisements. I got to dig those out, and I think I have an advertisement for the Green Bay pen. They were around in the 50s, and I think they went out in probably the 70s. I'm hoping I'm not getting dust on myself here because some of these may have not gotten dusted.
Well, they need a little dusting.
Yeah, so. I know. Another funny story. You and I went on our pilgrimage to Oklahoma to go around the bowling centers.
It was around early 2000s.
Yeah, I think it was like 2004.
Yeah.
Because I wasn't employed with 911 yet. So we went around, and I remember we went to a bowling alley in Tonkawa.
Wasn't it Mustang?
It was Mustang Lanes. It was an old movie theater that had converted into an 8-lane bowling alley.
It was for sale about a year or so ago.
It was.
I guess
I think it's closed permanently.
Yeah,
I don't know if it ever sold.
Our theory was the parents died, the son who didn't live here inherited it, didn't want it, tried to sell it, and I don't know that anybody bought it, and hopefully it either is still there or it got parted out and people continued using whatever was in there. But
well, the cool thing was they had a brand new one of these on the desk.
I remember that.
Almost had him convinced to sell it to me. And then his wife's like, well, that's one of the original pens. And he's like, oh, yeah, you're right. And I was like, but anyway, oh well.
You digress.
I digress. I mean, So, moving on into Japan.
Oh, we're going to Japan. All around the world today.
Right. We got the Bravo pen made by that company.
You want to try saying that?
I don't even know. I think it's Achi Toki Dinky. I don't know. Dinkai. I don't know how they pronounce it.
We just butchered that name.
Yeah, sorry. We did.
What's on the back?
On the back is the JBC permit
cool.
circle. It was always a red circle, said JBC. This was their permit number 13, Japan Bowling Congress. This has a dark blue stripe and a red stripe. It often gets mistaken for a Nile Tough Supreme.
Yeah,
they look very similar.
But that's blue?
Yes, it is blue. If you get it in the sunlight, you can tell it's blue.
I remember we went on that little pilgrimage down to
Fisher,
San
Texas.
Antonio, and we got some of those Bravo
and they were
pens.
all split.
Yeah, they've been outside for a while and swelled. And
Well, I don't think they swelled. I think the plastic just wasn't very, very, substantial. But there was a bowling alley in California called Highland Park Bowl. It was Mr. T's Bowl, and then it became Highland Park Bowl. It's back open now.
It's the one that's like a 100-year-old bowling alley that somebody reopened.
Right, and they originally had 8230s, but they put in A2s, refurbed A2s. But they've got no masking units. They got all the deck shields off.
And all the 8230s are wall decor and hanging in there.
Exactly. They had a lot of these pins around.
Wow.
And
when were those made, do you think?
Probably the 60s and 70s.
Okay. Were they big in the American market, or?
No. I think the reason they got over here is because, when the bowling business went bust in Japan, I think a lot of stuff ended up over here.
Because all the Don Carter lanes in Dallas were pin setters from Japan that came over during the big bowling bust.
All the Don Carter centers that had Brunswick machines were
all of them?
Japanese.
Wow.
Yeah, even Kendall lanes in Florida.
I didn't know that. How many of those are still around? Do you know? USA Bowl and...
USA Bowl, City View, the bowling alley in Baton Rouge that was originally a Don Carter is still around, but it's got 8270s.
Oh, wow.
And there may be a couple of them in Florida, but not
City
many.
City View is AMF,
right? Yeah, it's 8270s.
So that may be the only Brunswick house left from the Don Carter chain.
I don't know what's in Florida. I know Kendall Lane's closed because I remember a guy was taking the machines out.
Okay.
So... then we go on to another Japanese pin.
This is a really cool looking label.
The
pin.
Ace Top. This is permit number 3 in the Japan Bowling Congress Department.
That's a lot older
than the Bravo. And as you can see, it says made in Japan, Tasai Kako Company Limited. I don't know, but
you don't speak fluent Japanese.
No, I do not. But this pin, it's got this on the back, which was
an 878. Is that like maybe a
that's
serial
like a serial number,
or a batch number or something?
Exactly. This pin, it's brand new. It's never been used. I bought it in Canton, Texas, at the First Mondays.
Really?
It was painted all white in temper paint, white temper paint, like you used in kindergarten and preschool. And
you're kidding.
I remember I walked up and it was sitting there with a mixer, and I could tell it was new because it had the dimple on the top still, and I could see through the stripes through the paint. And of course I picked it up and I saw the black A and I went like that, and of course the temper paint came off and there she was. And the guy said, I'll sell them both to you for 50 cents. So,
how about a quarter?
Oh, I was like, yep.
All right, I'll
I
give you
said,
50 cents.
Yep. So, very good steel.
Probably has to be one of your most impressive buys, then. I would.
Yeah, I would say this has been.
Did you ask him if he had any more?
No, I didn't think to ask him, but I think when Del Voice sent you one of these, or James, or somebody had.
I never had one of those. I don't think. Not like that.
Well, you did, but it was recoated and had black stripes. It didn't, and it didn't have. I don't think they masked off the entire label, but anyway, so that's a really cool one. And I did see one right after I bought it, one on eBay that sold for like $80 or $90.
Wow.
So I was like, yeah, I'll take the 50-cent action,
sure,
or the quarter action anytime. And so another pin we've got, and these actually are together. These are made by the same company,
really,
but very different labels.
Oh, cool.
One is the Daichi pin. I guess it's Daichi. Yeah.
Anyway, I'd like to correct us on that. Leave us a message.
Yeah.
What's on the back of it?
On the back of both is the
JBC. Any permit number on that one?
We got a 15 on this one, a 10 on this one. So this one is older.
Looks like it.
And this one is newer. And the interesting thing is, it's called a Kennedy. I don't know what the significance of that is, but it's got 2 horses and nylon reinforced, plastic coated, controlled weight. You can see it's the same company here, just
so
different.
You think they came from the same maker, but
periods. Just different periods, exactly. So yeah, I think I bought these as a pair on Joust. I saw them and so I snagged them. So they're pretty cool looking pins.
Yeah,
I just don't know where. It's weird. I mean, Kennedy. How did they come up with Kennedy?
Or is that just kind of like it sounds cool? I was driving over here and saw a fence company. It was what was the one on Home Improvement? Benford.
Oh.
It was Binford. I was like, the only reason they're called Binford is because it just sounded cool and it was on a TV show.
Right.
So it's probably what it is. Kennedy, maybe back in the 60s.
Well, maybe so.
Maybe.
Yeah.
That's my fake story, and I'm sticking to it.
There you go. Yeah.
Cool.
It just seems odd that a pen from Japan is named Kennedy.
That's true.
But, hey, whatever.
Sounds good. Well, thank you for sharing those pins with us.
Not a problem.
We'll see you in the next video. Bye.